All right, everybody. All right, everybody. Can you pay very good attention, please? I am going to do a short little lesson on mental health today, and how literature often touches on mental health. And we're going to talk a little bit about resources that you guys can find. So, our objective for this lesson is students will be able to learn about mental health issues in teens and literature and discuss ways to seek help and alleviate stress. So this is Clementine von Radek. She is a slam poet, and this is a poem that she did at the Texas Grand Slam Poetry Festival. So we're going to start with that. I want you guys to listen to her poem. A lot of it has to do with manic depression that she suffers from. So it's a very interesting piece.
For Vincent van Gogh, patron saint of psychotic manic depressives. Often, I think of Vincent and the meat that was once his ear, how he gave it to a pretty girl that was not certain of his name and then spent the night alone, trying not to bleed to death. And ever since my own diagnosis, some part of me is always alive, and inside that moment, I picture the scared girl, bleeding painter, the jagged flesh between them, and sometimes I'm the girl. Sometimes I am the dripping blood, but most often I am the one offering up some unwanted mess of myself and calling it a gift. On the worst days, to be manic depressive is to stand on ground but yet promise to stay beneath you. It is to be both violent and victim, both the knife and flesh that welcomes it in, and so often in these poems, in a lover's bed, at my mother's kitchen table, I offer up the truth of this illness. And most of the people I love pull themselves away from me. I am chaos. I am a barely hidden bar fight, and I know exactly how many people believe that makes me impossible to love. There are days I believe it too. I am in love with a good man. He sleeps beside me every night, and every time he says he loves me, my first thought is why? Can't you see all the nicer people with fewer problems? My second thought is good. Who else is going to love me when he decides to stop? It is so easy to lose myself in the mess of this. To say I love you and mean only I'm sorry, but I try and think about Vincent van Gogh. How his first teacher said only a madman could paint like that. Only in madness could you hold so much joy and grief in the same paintbrush, and in that thought, every drop of paint and blood joins in the same river. Like every sunflower bursts like a star from Vincent's wild heart. You know, art historians say his mania is the reason he saw the starry night sky swirl like that. His illness became his genius, which became his revelation, and thank the stars for that miracle. For the way we work our broken fingers through the dirt till we convince the good to grow there. I have spent countless nights grieving my own brain, but tonight I sing of its brilliance in the way that only I can, and thank the stars for that, for this new joy, for this good blood, for the beauty I find in the river it takes to carry me there, and I swear will not apologize for what allows me to see the sky. Not tonight. Not ever again.
So today's lesson is not even going to touch the tip of the iceberg of the mental health and emotional problems that are out there that are suffered by teens. It's just kind of a touching a few of the big ones, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware of the resources that are out there that you guys can use to um, get help, seek help, reach out to people if needed. All right. So, youth mental health facts. A teen's life is often thought to be more carefree and less stressful than that of adults. While their lives have their fair share of ups and downs, for the most part, teens are not saddled with the same stress inducing responsibilities as adults. Given the pervasive nature of this thought process, it may come as a surprise to know that research has shown approximately 50% of all lifetime cases of mental illness will develop before the age of 17. Unfortunately, teen mental health issues are often overlooked or written off as typical teenage angst. That will go away on its own. So it is difficult to point to one singular cause responsible for the stark decline in teen mental health. The impact of various environmental, genetic, and situational factors varies depending on the person, and therefore one cause does not fit all. However, a few common factors have been found to contribute to mental health difficulties in almost every single case. Busy schedules and pressure to succeed. I know you guys all feel it. You guys all have insanely busy schedules. One of the reasons I don't sign homework, because I don't want you guys to have to do homework. I give you guys class time to do the work, because I know you guys are busy. One of the reasons I grade late stuff all the time is because I don't want you guys to have that instant, that automatic pressure to succeed. That's also why I will allow you guys to redo assignments, because I don't want you to. It's on.
It says low input volume.
Low what?
Low input volume.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Teens today are under significantly high pressure to perform academically and in extracurricular settings. School and other activities such as sports can be a huge source of stress and lead to mental health problems. One of our new stressors, social media. Social media can be a blessing and a curse for teens and adults alike. In recent years, there has been growing concern about the effects of social media on the developing brains of teens. Research indicates there is a strong link between heavy social media use and teen mental health problems. Online social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat can inadvertently put undue pressure on teens by putting forth unattainable body images, status symbols, or other successes attainable by only a select few. And then underdeveloped coping skills. Many teens have not developed the coping skills necessary to effectively handle triggering events or unpleasant situations that life can present. Maladaptive coping skills such as overeating, consuming too much social media, or engaging in other risky behaviors such as alcohol and drug abuse can lead to mental health illness if proper responses to triggers are not developed. And then there's relationship difficulties. Teen relationships, be they friendship or romantic relationships, are often weighed down by stressors that can either produce or aggregate adverse mental health symptoms. Due to their nature, teen relationships are ever changing, and the above referenced lack of adequate coping skills needed to handle the emotional disruptions that come from the dissolution of a teen relationship, especially romantic ones, that can often result in symptoms of teen depression or anxiety. So some common teenage mental health issues: depression, anxiety, eating disorders. What are some ways that we can cope with some of these disorders? What are some ways, not disorders, sorry. What are some ways that we can cope with depression, anxiety? How do you guys relax? First of all, go one time around your groups. Discuss how you guys relax. What? Oh, what? How do you relax, Dominic?
I find something that I
Like to do that you're comfortable with. All right.
be able to be
All right. Aeneas, what do you do to relax?
read.
What?
Read.
Read? What do you like to read?
The Wolf on Wall Street.
The Wolf of Wall Street? Okay. Interesting book. Anybody else have a good coping mechanism to alleviate stress? Mandy, what do you do to alleviate stress? Like what? One thing. One thing that you do. Poetry? I know you like poetry. What'd you think of the poem that I shared? That was good? I'm glad you liked it. All right. You're taking out the door. Each group discuss one way to alleviate stress and one resource you have on campus or in your community to seek help. Go. We already talked about alleviating stress. Go one time around in your groups. Talk about what is one resource you have on campus. Each group come up with a resource real quick. All right. Rosie, one resource that you have on campus. The Wellness Center. Good. Very good. Aspen, one resource. The Wellness Center. You know anybody at the Wellness Center? Miss Courtney? Yeah, good. What'd you guys say? Huh? Miss Westover? Yep. Good, good, good. What'd you guys come up with? Jackson, what'd you come up with? One resource besides the Wellness Center. What's one way you can seek out help?
I didn't say anything, but he said like a crap ton of stuff.
Language.
He's gonna put this on.
He said Miss Lopez.
Miss
He said he
Lopez?
talks to her a lot, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what I do on Tuesdays? Talk about it Tuesday. That's right. Fill out the form. Somebody will reach out to you. Thank you, Alex. All right, guys. Great lesson.